Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Season 4, Episode 1 of My Hero Academia. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we're here with the first episode of Season 4, and I will say right off the bat, I do know this is a recap episode. I did hear about that. Um, Now, like the recap episode at the beginning of Season 3, it probably is delivered amongst some like new original content as well. Like season three's was the pool episode, which also had the information, flashbacks, and stuff to the past seasons. This one will probably have something similar. I don't know the context behind it. I just know it is a recap. Now, going into that though, I disagree with the choice of making it a recap. Personally, I think the recap episodes are not a good thing, especially to start a season with. Because, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's been a while since the last season, but it's like, you don't need a recap episode of that. It makes it feel like filler. And that's pretty much what it amounts to. These recap episodes amount to filler that is there specifically to fill time in the season rather than actually put more effort into, well, I don't want to say stretching out the season with the actual content, but you know what I mean, giving more effort into using the actual content to fill that time, which causes the actual content to be squished down. And sometimes that can lead to some parts of it feeling rushed. So it's just like, by having that in there, it just feels like a waste of time. And I really hope that it's at least entertaining, because it's not necessary and just not a good idea by concept alone. But like I said, let's hope that it's at least a good, enjoyable episode nonetheless. Now, I don't know too much about what we're going to get this season. I don't know, like, plot-wise where the story goes from here. I don't know character-wise or anything. I just know that there are going to be a couple characters that are going to be a little more focused on. One of them is a villain who was introduced at the end of Season 3 named Overhaul. He's the guy with, like the witch doctor bird beak mask. I don't know anything about him other than his name and his appearance. And I know that he's going to be important moving forward. I don't know in what way. I don't know like what his role is going to be. We're just going to kind of have to see. I also know that there's a character named Fat Gum, I think it is, who's like this big guy who's wearing, I think, yellow and black. I don't know. I've seen like one shot of him, I think. And I don't really know much of anything about him. I don't know his quirk or his character personality or anything. I just know apparently he's going to be in it from what I've heard. And other than that, I really don't know much. I assume that the big three are going to continue to be notable characters. I think they were in the trailer, which I briefly watched. I was kind of focused on some other things as well. But yeah, I think they were shown in it, and I expect them to be big characters going forward, anyways. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to this season, though. Apparently, it's going to be big. I don't know what that means, because here's the thing. People were saying that about Season 3, too. Manga readers, I mean. They were saying that about Season 3, and, I mean, they were right. Season 3 was huge. It had some really big plot points. But I don't know exactly, like, what that could mean, because when they're saying it could be big, that could mean, like, oh, it's going to be big in terms of, like, character development, or it's going to be big in terms of, like, holy shit, things are happening. It could be either. It could be both. It could be, who knows, something else completely. We'll just have to find out. Um, but either way, it's it's got a lot of potential to do some amazing things because it's My Hero Academia. It is my second favorite show, my second favorite anime of all time. I should be specific there. Having been beaten out by Carol and Tuesday, but it's still obviously very high up there. So I have a lot of faith that it's going to do an amazing job. And I don't know where it's going to go. But we're going to find out starting with this episode and see what we got. So yeah, let's just get on with it. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so first off, I did realize after the reaction and everything, I did notice there was a after credits scene. I'm sorry for cutting out before that. I did watch it. There wasn't much of anything to it, mind you. It was just Overhaul and Twice riding in a car, while the narration was basically, oh, there's a vague unease after All Might's retirement. It's like, okay. There wasn't much to it. It's not like anything big. Well, I mean, obviously, Overall is going to be a big deal, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so this episode, it was good. I actually did really enjoy it. It was a good way to integrate in a recap while also giving an interesting story. So we have this reporter named Takeda who has this quirk where he can create camera lenses anywhere on his body, and he uses them as an actual camera, and he can print out photos instantly from his chest, which is perfect, obviously, for a reporter. Apparently, when he was a kid, he was inspired by All Might during this rescue mission 18 years back. And it allowed him to really, discover and figure out his passion with his quirk. But also because his father was saved by All Might in that moment, it also inspired his love of heroes. And so even though he figured out that Izuku is All Might's successor and got it straight up confirmed, he refused to actually say anything. He just wanted kind of that knowledge for himself, to give himself hope for the future, now that All Might's retired. And I respect him greatly for that. There wasn't much else to the story. It's like most of it was, oh, he's going around pretending to report on dorm life while he just, takes pictures around the dorm and stuff and all of that jazz, as well as giving us just a recap of what's happened in the past. So there wasn't much to this episode, honestly, but I didn't expect it to. It's a recap episode. It was still entertaining. Again, Takeda's character is pretty cool. I like him. And it didn't, again, feel like too much with the recap stuff. The opening, as I said during the reaction, I'm going to have to see it some more times, but I wasn't a fan of the song. It sounded super generic, which really sucks because My Heroes had some really good opening themes. The visuals were fine, like nothing special, but fine. It just really felt like almost a step down opening-wise. The outro theme, I actually like the music for the outro better, which I almost never do for any anime, so that's really surprising, and it almost makes it feel like they should have just switched the themes around, used that ending theme for the opening and the opening theme for the ending instead. Probably would have been leagues better. But yeah, I'll just have to watch it more. And again, the actual visuals aren't bad; they're just okay, at least from my initial viewing. yeah, there's just not really a lot to talk about with this episode. I feel like I want to talk about a lot more. Uh, I feel like there should be more that I'm talking about. But again, almost everything about it was stuff we've already seen. Um, or just stuff that's not really like a big deal, like All Might with the meat buns and shit. Um, Most of it was talking about like, okay, it talked about the class's quirks. It showed this dude taking pictures of everyone during their day-to-day life at the dorm. Uh, just some past events that happened, shit like that. And it even mentioned the movie and stuff and showed some clips from that, so that was interesting at least. Um, but yeah, overall, it was just a good episode. It wasn't like anything amazing, but not much happened. So it does get me interested to see where this is going to go, though, because yeah, with Izuku, with All Might retired and all, Deku is now the successor to the Symbol of Peace and everything title. So now with this all happening, it's really hammering in that this is going to be big for that. I feel like possibly in the season we're going to really hammer that idea in because again, last season is when All Might was had to retire after his battle with All for One. Um, so yeah, I definitely think this season's going to be hammering in that idea that yeah, Deku is his successor, and that really needs to be taken seriously at this point. So I guess we'll just find out. Um, but I'm excited. We'll continue watching this as we do, and I hope to enjoy more of what this season has in store. So for now, thank you all so much for tuning in. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you want to check out any of my social media links and more, please check them out over to the side. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave those down below. In the meantime, though, thank you so much once again for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.